Okay, hello everyone. My name is York, and today the topic of my teaching demonstration is exciting or dangerous, introducing extreme sports into advanced writing class. And I just followed the direction that my principal gave me last week and designed this lesson plan. And since this is the advanced writing class, therefore the goal for the student is to let students know how to use English to summarize news articles and reports and be able to make comment on various topics. And the age of students are from 21 to 23, and they are all undergraduate students. And there are 20 students in this class, and they'll have the intermediate level in 4skill, and the time is 15 minutes. And the material and equipment that I'm going to use are textbook, overhead projector, computer, and supplement handout. And now let's move on to the second page. I'm going to introduce my procedure. And the first one is warm up, and I gave it 5 minutes. And in the warm up, a teacher first starts the class with 3 photos about outdoor sports on the monitor and asks students which of these activities look exciting, dangerous, or both, and which of the things that show on the monitors would you try and why. And I'll also ask them about some advantages and disadvantages about those sports. And the reason for me to do this in the warm-up is because I think this is just the beginning of the class. And if we ask students questions, we can not only get their attention, but also we can have more interaction between teacher and students. Because this is the writing class, and I don't want the student just sit there and listen to the teachers. And I think interaction is pretty important for students. And the next one is the, yes. And these are the 3 pictures I'm going to show to my students, and they need to discuss these 3 pictures. Yes, right. And the next is article discussion, and I gave it 25 minutes. And the first step, a teacher asks students to get into groups and gives supplement handout about extreme sports to each student. And then a teacher asks students to scan the article in a short time and ask them if they can totally understand the article or not. And if the student cannot understand the article, the teacher needs to explain the article to students, maybe explain some sentence patterns or vocabularies. And next, and after students understand the article, a teacher asks each student to take out a note and write down their own opinion about this article. And I'll give them about 10 minutes to write. And they only need to write about a short essay, right? And then after students finish their own writing, they need to share it with their peers. And perhaps their peers can give some suggestions to other people's writing, and then also they can correct the mistakes. And this is the supplement handout. I'm going to make copies to my students, and I know this is a little hard for you to read from this monitor because the too many words on one page. And this article is to talk about extreme sports. And also it mentions some advantages and disadvantages about extreme sports. And after the student read this article, they have to write a short essay. And I found this article from here. Right. And next one is debate, and I give it 10 minutes because my principal hopes me that I can use debate to improve my students' writing skill. But actually, I think debate is kind of oral skill, and for me, I think it's a little hard for me to relate the debate to the writing skill. Therefore, I think the best way to do that is, while the students did the article discussion, I separate them into several groups, and therefore they can, and they have to write down their own opinion, and therefore they can not only improve their writing skills, but also they can improve their oral skill and receive more information for them, and they can do better when they comes to the debate part. So when they do in the debate, a teacher should assign a topic for the debate. For example, do you agree with the idea that children who are under 18 should not participate in extreme sports, and why? And after their debate, a teacher needs to make a conclusion for the debate and decide which group is the winner, and the winner can get a prize from the teacher. And the final part is assignment, and I give it 10 minutes. The first one is a teacher uses the website YouTube to show a video about debate to students. And students should finish watching the video in the classroom. After that, a teacher will ask them to write 400 words essay to make comment on this video as their homework. And when the next time, students should bring their homework to the class. And the teacher should give students reflection after he or she reading students' essay. And the student need to revise their homework after the teacher reads their essay, right? And this is the
Hi, my name is
video
Susan
that
Leahy, and I'm a communication expert. I turn groups into teams through helping them run better meetings, increase their internal communication to ultimately drive results. Today, I want to talk to you about a really important subject. How do we get our members to be better at debating?
3 minutes?
The truth is, nothing wastes time more in a meeting than people not knowing how to effectively debate an issue. I developed a 3-step process that will build confidence as your members learn how to effectively use their voice during a meeting. Now, before I give you those steps, I want you to think about why we're debating. What is debating supposed to be doing? Well, really, it's supposed to be doing 2 things. Debating should be giving information about an issue, and it also is to help us influence others' decisions about that issue. So whether you're giving information or you're trying to directly influence, how you choose to debate during a meeting can increase your effectiveness and increase your group's productivity. And hello, it's going to help you stop wasting time. So my 3 easy steps come down to, first, restate the motion that you're talking about. A lot of the boards that I work with use parliamentary procedure. So the first step that I ask them to do when they're debating an issue is to start with step 1, restate the motion. Step number 2 is to give your specific opinions. A lot of times when you hear people talk, they'll say, well, for these 2 reasons, this is what I think about this. Give your opinions, 2 or 3 solid opinions about that motion you're talking about. And the final step, step number 3, which I think is probably one of the most important, is tell people how you want them to vote as a result of what you're saying. Too many times I've watched debates where people say something and then they sit down and you're left wondering, well, how am I supposed to vote? So it's very important that you end your debate specifically telling people, so I encourage you to vote for this issue, or I encourage you to vote against this issue. So the 3 steps are, first, restate the motion. Second, give your specific opinions. And then step 3, tell people how you want them to vote. In my parliamentary procedure DVD, I go over these 3 steps with an example about how to buy an iBook. And I kind of shared that the debate could go something like this. Say that there's a main motion on the floor to purchase 2 iBooks for the student union. And I want to get up and I want to maybe debate in favor of that motion. My debate could sound something like this. Once I'm called on by the chair, I could start by restating the motion. Regarding the motion to buy 2 iBooks for the student union, step 1, it is my opinion that the iBooks are needed because the marketing department needs to be able to put together more creative flyers for the student body. Step 2, state your opinion. And finally, with that in mind, I encourage you all to vote in favor of this main motion. Step 3, Tell people how you want them to vote. It's an easy process, but giving people a structure to know how to debate can increase your effectiveness and your productivity. Well, until next time, my name is Susan Leahy, and happy meetings.
And that's all for my presentation, and thank you for your listening.